What's up, guys? This is Theo here coming to you live with another JavaScript coding tutorial. The topic of today's video is how to use the AngularJS UI router. Basically, the difference between this and the Angular ng route router is this router lets you create parent and child routes, and so sort of have that tabbed route view that you might see on a website that has a navigation of destinations, countries, cities, and so on, and keep diving deeper and deeper into that state. In this tutorial, we're just going to sort of go through how to set it up, but in a further tutorial, I will expand on the state and creating child routes. So first thing is first, let's open up our terminal and change directory into our desktop. We're going to make a directory called testing Angular UI router, kind of long. And we'll just cd into there, testing Angular UI router. We're going to touch that index.html file. We're going to touch a home.html, touch a about.html, and touch a contact.html. And we're also going to touch app.js, which will hold our Angular. Cool, and that's all we need right there. And let's go into Sublime and let's open it up. So we're going to go to desktop and testing Angular UI router. Now that we have it open, let's open up our HTML and stub out the boilerplate code. We're just going to say testing Angular UI router. And in order to do this, I need Angular, the CDN for Angular. I need the CDN for UI router, and I'm going to use Bootstrap. I'm going to use Boots Watch actually, which is just Bootstrap that's been made into a certain theme. So this is a darker theme, so it's kind of cool. So I'm going to paste those in right there. You can follow the link. This is called Darkly. I'm also going to have my styles in a separate folder a separate style sheet called styles.css. We have Angular and we have the UI router. So let me just make one more file and we'll call it styles.css. And since I already know what I want, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do margin 0 auto, or we're just going to add to the body. We're just going to do margin 0 auto, and we're going to do text align center. Cool. And then also we're going to have some arefs. So let's just make the font size 30 pixels, and text decoration none. Cool. And that should be it. So let's set it up. First thing I want to do, since we're using Bootstrap, just make a container, and we're going to make a little nav, and we're going to give it 3 hrefs, and this one is going to be the home route, this is going to be about, and this is going to be contact. So let's open it up and see what we have so far. So we got home, about, and contact. Kind of like it. Let's give some space though between these. So let's just do padding left 20 pixels, padding right 20 pixels, and let's open this back up. Cool. So home, about, contact. I thought I took off the text decoration. Let me see. Oh right. A hover text decoration none. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, cool, awesome. That's off there. So we got our routes, pretty cool. So basically, this is the same as the router. It's just UI. So the way we're going to configure this is we're going to go about setting up our Angular app. So we have app.js included in the script. So we're going to go in here and we're going to wrap it in an IFI, which is just an immediately invoked function expression, so that we can encapsulate all of our functionality in here without leaking it to the global namespace. And I think, yeah, with that, so in here we're going to declare var app equals angular.module app, and then we need to include the second parameter, which is ui.router, which will give us access to the router. And then we're just going to say, first we're going to stub out our controllers. So this is going to be home controller. I'm just going to take a function of home controller. We're going to do home controller dot inject. Just leave this as an empty array in case later on we want to put some dependencies in there or inject some services. And then we say function home controller, we'll say rvm equals this, say vm.title equals home controller, we'll say I am the home controller, or you are on the home controller. Cool, and then let's stub out the rest of our controllers. We just have a contact and about. We change that. This will be contact, 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 contact. You are on the contact controller. And we'll stub out, flesh out one more controller. This will be the about controller, about, and you are on the about controller. Cool. It's all working. Let's just make sure we're not getting any errors here. Let me inspect element, make sure. Console, okay, no errors yet. Let me see. Angular, cool. Alright, so now that we have our controllers set up, the way we do our routing, we're going to create a new, actually, we'll just do it all in here. So the way we create it is we use the apps config function, and to this we pass a function, and we give this state provider. We also want to give it the location URL provider. I think it's that location URL provider, and basically the location URL provider has a method on it called otherwise, which will just set our default route. Say otherwise, and then give it the name of the route you want it to default to. This is just going to be home /home URL, and then we can configure our state provider. And then this takes a method on it called state, and then so you pass it the name of the route. So this is just home, or the name of the route. So it's just home, no slash, home. Let me think. I think it's like that. Yeah, home, and then you pass it configuration object. So it'll be URL is going to be slash home. Or I guess it could just be the root, because that's the root. And then it'll be the template will be, template URL will be home.html, and the controller will be home controller, and the controller as will be home. So that's good for that. Let's go into our home and just make a simple h1 and say welcome to home.title, or we'll just do that, home.title. So let me go back in here and see what we're getting. Let's see if we're getting any errors. Did I mess it up already? No, not yet. What we need to do in our index, instead of these hrefs, the UI router comes with a directive called UI sref. So like state href, and you just pass the name. So you just pass this home. So let's see, go back in here. What are we not doing? Oh, right, same as before. We need to initialize our app up here and say ng app equals app. Now if we refresh and go back, should see, what error am I getting now? Let me think. Failed to instantiate module app. Let me think what I'm doing wrong. Oh, right, I know what I'm doing wrong. We need to create, after our nav, we need to create a div, which is going to inject in our HTML. We're just going to call this UI view. So this is the same as ng view. And we go back. See, I'm still getting that error. Injector module. What? I'm not sure I understand what error I'm getting. ng app equals app. UI.router controller home home.html controller as home index gapp equals app. Unknown provider, location URL provider. Got it. It's not called that. Let me look it up in a second, but let's take this out, or app.js real quick. And I'll look it up in 1 second. Let me just make sure this is working. Home. What is it saying now? Cannot load cross origin. Really? Oh, because it's trying to access. Yeah. Okay. So let me just swap this out to just a HTML, or not a template, but just a template. And let me change this to home.title. Go back. You are on the home controller. Cool. About, contact, home. And the home controller. UI router, location, provider. I forget what it's called. Location provider, URL route provider. I think this is it right here. URL router provider. So this lets us specify our otherwise function. And we will just say URL router provider dot otherwise. This will just take us to home. Let me make sure this works. HTML takes us to home. I think just to root. Let me go back here, try it out one more time. Cool. So root is home. You're on the home controller. Cool. Let's configure our other routes real quick. So the reason that wasn't working is because I'm not running a server, so I can't make that cross-origin request. This one's going to be called about. This is going to be about.title. This is going to be the about controller and the about controller as. And let's just change this to contact. This is going to be about contact, and change this to contact. Let's just make sure it's working. Home, about. It's not working because we have not set up the srefs for these. So this will be UI sref equals about, and this will be UI sref equals contact. So now, if we go back in here, so you have home, about, contact. So we can see that our HTML is actually being loaded into all of these views. So we can see here we have our view, we have here on the home controller. Similarly, if we change this out to about, see it's now changed to you're on the about controller and contact. Swap this out for contact. So that's it, guys, for that video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll dive deeper into the subject in a future video, but I just wanted to get you guys up and running. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, give me some feedback. Always appreciate it. Thanks for the support, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a great day. Thanks.